Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today's lecture is titled The CTD Blueprint, a complete guide to regulatory submissions. We'll be breaking down the essential knowledge, structure, and philosophy of the CTD for pharmaceutical professionals who are new to the field. Let's grasp the big picture of this crucial document together. Slide 2. What is the CTD? First, what exactly is the CTD? Simply put, it's a giant textbook designed specifically for the reviewer. Developing a new drug generates hundreds of thousands of pages of R&D data, ranging from raw lab data and sensor logs to clinical charts and factory logs. The CTD systematically organizes this massive amount of scattered information into a single unified narrative of quality, safety, and efficacy.
Slide 3. The ICH Global Standard. A major feature of the CTD is that it serves as an ICH global standard. The document is divided into modules 1 through 5. Module 1 contains regional administrative information, which is unique to local authorities like the PMDA in Japan, the FDA in the US, or the EMA in Europe. However, modules 2 through 5 represent an international common format, meaning the standardized scientific data is accepted across all ICH member countries. Slide 4. The CTD triangle. Let's look at the overall architecture through what we call the CTD triangle. At the very top sits Module 1 for administrative information. Right below that is Module 2, the summary. Forming the solid foundation are Module 3 for quality, CMC, Module 4 for non-clinical, safety data, and Module 5 for clinical, efficacy data. This 5-layer master architecture is the mandatory format for all new drug applications, and even generic drugs in ICH regions. Slide 5. The guiding philosophy. To truly understand the CTD, you must grasp its guiding philosophy, the relationship between conclusion and evidence. Module 2 is the total synthesis. It's the ultimate conclusion that the reviewer reads first. Meanwhile, modules 3 through 5 are the massive foundation of raw data that underpins and scientifically proves every claim made in Module 2. The reviewer always looks through the lens of, is this conclusion truly justified by the evidence? Slide 6. Module 1. Administrative information. Now, let's dive a bit deeper into each module. Module 1 contains region-specific administrative procedures and localized bureaucratic documents. For example, if you are submitting to Japan's PMDA, this section would include application forms, the draft package insert, interview forms, GMP, GCP compliance documents, manufacturing site information, and the risk management plan, RMP.
Slide 7. Module 2, the summary. Module 2 is the reviewer's first stop. It begins with sections 2.1 and 2.2, which provide an introduction and product overview, essentially explaining what the drug is, its history, and its indications. This is followed by the Quality Overall Summary, 2.3, the Non-Clinical Overview and Summary, 2.4 and 2.6, and the Clinical Overview and Summary, 2.5 and 2.7. It perfectly synthesizes the data from modules 3, 4, and 5. Slide 8. Module 3. Quality, CMC. Moving into the evidence data, Module 3 focuses on quality, widely known as CMC, chemistry, manufacturing, and controls. This module details the drug substance, or API, the drug product, including formulation and manufacturing process, quality control testing methods, and stability data to determine the shelf life and storage conditions, like temperature and humidity.
Slide 9. Module 4. Non-clinical studies. Module 4 covers non-clinical studies, which include animal and cell data gathered before first-in-human trials. It stands on 3 main pillars. Pharmacology. Does it work? Pharmacokinetics, or PK/ADME. How does it move through the body? And toxicology. Is it safe? These studies encompass in silico, computer, in vitro, test tube, and in vivo, animal approaches. Slide 10. Module 5. Clinical studies. Module 5 is for clinical studies, providing the final proof in humans. This section typically contains the bulk of the submission pages. It includes data progressing from Phase 1 safety trials in healthy adults to Phase 2 dose finding in a small patient group, and finally to Phase 3, large-scale trials for the final confirmation of efficacy and safety. It houses the massive data repository of clinical study reports, CSR, case listings, and protocols.
Slide 11. 5 Golden Rules for Successful CTD Creation. To successfully create this massive document, you should remember these 5 golden rules. Rule 1. Consistency. 0 contradictions between Module 2 summaries and Module 3-5 evidence. Rule 2. Evidence. Every claim must be definitively backed by raw data. Rule 3. Traceability. Reviewers must be able to easily trace from the summary down to the original raw source data. Rule 4. Objectivity. Transparently report limitations and risks. Do not hide negative results. Rule 5. Currency. It must reflect the absolute latest data and ICH guidelines at the time of submission.
Slide 12. CTD versus eCTD. A common beginner's hurdle is confusing CTD with eCTD. CTD is the blueprint of the application itself. It defines what to write, the document structure and scientific content governed by the ICH M4 format. eCTD, on the other hand, is the electronic delivery method of that blueprint. It dictates how to submit using XML and PDF-based electronic submission standards. Slide 13. Conclusion and next steps. Finally, why does mastering this blueprint matter? Understanding this framework systematically connects your daily tasks to the broader regulatory ecosystem. It enables accurate regulatory affairs, demystifies and accelerates the review process, streamlines post-approval lifecycle management, and ensures seamless compliance audits by establishing flawless traceability. Thank you for your time today. I hope this guide helps you navigate your regulatory journey with confidence.